Hello everyone, Sharpedo43 once again bringing you all another Wi-Fi battle. My opponent for this battle is going to be Marolt, and this is actually going to be a draft format type of battle. The reason for this is because this battle is actually from a draft league that I was doing undercover. But unfortunately I didn't get to finish this league, and unfortunately I actually ended up dropping out because I was doing the PGL playoffs and I was also doing the IBLD league. And with those two leagues in over my shoulder, I couldn't really finish it, honestly. Like, I couldn't do it, honestly. And it sucks because the reason I even joined that league in the first place was because I was invited. You know that I almost never make leagues that I want to join anyway, so it's kind of like, why not accept what I get offered, you know? But in this case, it was just too much stress on my shoulder and I just couldn't freaking do the league. But so yeah, and because of that, all the battles that I did, because I actually did like 5 or 6 weeks, I think, of the league. I think it was 5 battles actually. Yeah, I think I did 5 weeks from the league. But from there, I pretty much stopped, and I decided to delete pretty much all the battles that I had from that league, because I figured if I'm not gonna finish it, then what's even the point of uploading the battles anyway? So yeah. However, I did save this one battle here that I had against Marolt, because Marolt was somebody that I actually wanted to battle in the PGL because he was in the PGL with me. But unfortunately, I didn't get to battle him in the regular season, and nor did I get to battle him in the playoffs because Choice Specs actually eliminated him in the playoffs. So as a result, I was thinking, you know what, I battled Marolt here, so why not showcase the battle here? And plus, Marolt already uploaded his side of the battle, so it's kind of like, I'd feel kind of bad if I didn't upload this battle, honestly. So, in all honesty, because he really sounded like he was having fun in that battle, honestly, when I saw the battle on his side. I'll link his handles in the description below so you guys can check his side out if you guys want. And you guys can see what league was it that I was in for the time that I was in that league, you know. But anyways, so yeah, the team that I have here, as you can see, is a completely different team. Like, this consists of a lot of mons that I've actually never used in draft format. I don't think I've ever used Swampert or Tapu Koko in draft format. I've used them in small gun battles, but not in draft format. I've never used Avalugg, Staraptor, Megalakazam whatsoever either, honestly. So this is gonna be like the first time I actually used them. Well, not really, because this battle was from week 6, and I actually started doing these league battles since week 2 because I was actually taking over a team that actually dropped out initially. But you know, I'm just another in the list. But either way, all that digression aside, here's the battle. So I lead with the Tapu Koko. He leads off with the Mega Ampharos, and as you can see, I did have an air balloon. It was more so to take earthquakes from Donphan if he tries to go for them. And here, what I'm going to do right now is just go for the Volt Switch, because I can't really touch this Ampharos because I don't have Dazzling Gleam on this Tapu Koko. I actually have Grass Knot, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and I think Taunt. Taunt is to prevent any attempts at setting up if I see it coming, basically. Here I Volt Switch into Swampert because I wanted to see if he actually goes for, what's it called? The Volt Switch, and thankfully he doesn't, but he goes for Toxic, which is really, really annoying because, you know, that's going to put me on a timer. But it's better than having to deal with a Hidden Power Grass from this thing. That would have been a lot more devastating, actually. So here I'm going to get my Stealth Rocks up because I figure he'll probably switch out if he doesn't have the Hidden Power Grass, which he does pretty much. But he goes into Bronzong, and now here I decided to hard switch into Tapu Koko. The reason for this was because, for one thing, I was already convinced he was going to get his own rocks up, so I figured instead of like going for Scald and burning this Bronzong, I figured just go into Tapu Koko and just try to hit it really hard with a electric terrain boosted Volt Switch right here. I went for Volt Switch over Thunderbolt because I was wondering if he would actually want to switch into the Among Us resisting to resist the Volt Switch, or maybe even to, I don't know. Yeah, I think it was to resist the Volt Switch, but he actually stayed in, and actually went for the Trick Room right here. And I hard switched into Swampert, you know, just because I didn't want to switch anything else on the off chance this thing tries to go for like a Gyro Ball or something. And my Swampert resists, so it's like, I felt like it was a good idea. But here I go for the Skull myself now, just to potentially burn this Bronzong, and he actually ends up hard switching into the Among Us. So I was thinking, can I get the burn on this? Unfortunately, I do not get the burn. So here I'm forced to switch out yet again. The electric terrain pretty much goes away now, and this forces me to hard switch into Tapu Koko because I don't want this Among Us to get a free Spore. Now, fun fact, because I don't know if you people know this, but electric terrain supposedly actually makes it so that you're immune to sleep-inducing moves because I guess the static keeps you awake or something, I don't know. But yeah, so I decided to hard switch into Tapu Koko. However, he actually ends up doubling right here and goes into Donphan, and I actually go for he goes for the Rapid Spin. I stay in because I didn't think he'd go for Earthquake given that I have an Air Balloon. But he does go for the Rapid Spin, gets rid of my rocks. I go for Grass Knot right here, taking advantage of the fact that he's not going to go for Earthquake because I'm an Air Balloon. He breaks my Air Balloon now thanks to the Rapid Spin, but now I at least get some good damage on this Donphan with the Grass Knot. And now here I decided to switch into Avalugg because I was thinking he'll go for Earthquake now, and this thing is one of my more physically bulky mons that can actually probably take a hit. I assume it can given its max defensive stat. But yeah, here I take it very, very well, thankfully. Now here what I decided to do is go for the Rapid Spin right away because I was thinking I wanted to go for Recover, but he'll just bring in this Arcanine, and then what am I going to do? I'll be switching around and then be taking more Stealth Rocks damage, and that's not what I want, honestly. So I just go for the Rapid Spin right away, get rid of his rocks, force him to bring that Bronzong again, and I can maybe bring in Tapu Koko and get more damage with Thunderbolt. But here what I'm going to do now is hard switch into Swampert because I wanted to see what move he wanted to go for. Maybe he'd go for Close Combat or something. I just didn't want to switch in something that can possibly deal with this Arcanine on a safe switch in, basically. And I figured Swampert right now, given how low it is in HP, at least before taking this Flare Blitz, would be the more disposable one here. So I said he went for Flare Blitz, and then here he actually reveals to have the Fire EMZ on this Arcanine, which I'm guessing is for the Flare Blitz. So here I was wondering if this would actually take me out. I resist, and I think this Swampert was max defensive, I think. So I was thinking, can I live this? If I live this, I get free rocks. Otherwise, I just go down. And thankfully, I actually live. I honestly thought it would not take it out. Like, I honestly thought it would survive, or it wouldn't survive, jeez. But it actually did, and as a result, I get the rocks up, and because I'm poisoned, I go down as well, which means I'm allowed to send in literally whatever the heck I want. And with rocks on the field, he's going to be, you know, pressured to either stay or just, you know, switch around and take a lot of rocks damage, which is really, really good for me. So here I go for the Thunderbolt because I was wondering, you know, I could just go for it, and if he goes into Donphan, I just simply go for the Grass Knot again because Trick Room is also gone, by the way. So here he's gonna go for Flare Blitz. He survives the Thunderbolt. I honestly was hoping he would take it out, but it didn't, and he actually got to go for the Flare Blitz, and the Flare Blitz thankfully did not take me out. But he's now gonna bring in this Ampharos, and here I think what I do is hard switch, and I think the reason why I hard switch here was because I think here's where I didn't want to Volt Switch into or didn't want to go for Volt Switch, predicting the or fearing the Donphan switch in, and because I'm low with Tapu Koko, he could probably have Ice Shard and just go for that and put me in a very terrible position. So what I decided to do right here was just sack my Avalugg right here by hard switching as opposed to Volt Switching. So yeah, because looking at what was left of this team, I didn't really need Avalugg. I just needed it to Rapid Spin the rocks away so that I can actually, you know, put a lot of his team, you know, on notice, like to make them think twice about going for rocks. But now here he brings in the Bronzong, and this is where I decide to, you know, send in Tapu Koko and just go for Taunt because I didn't want him to set up his rocks, and I did not want him to set up Trick Room either because a lot of his team is slow and it seems to rely heavily on Trick Room. So I figured, you know what, just go for the Taunt. Even if he takes out my Tapu Koko, at least it'll keep him from setting up the Trick Room right away, and in the meantime I can actually cripple a lot of his team. So here he's gonna hard switch into the Donphan, and I decided to just switch into the Staraptor right here because I don't know. Oh yeah, because I think I didn't want him to go for Ice Shard, but I was also hoping that he would actually maybe go for Earthquake, predicting my Metagross to come in, predicting the Ice Shard, but he actually went for the Ice Shard nonetheless, so I was just like, damn it. So my Staraptor took unnecessary damage right there, which actually really, really sucks. However, here I make a very, very decent play. I actually go for the U-turn just because I was thinking he'll want to switch out because he doesn't want to lose the Donphan just yet, right? And thankfully he does switch out. If he stayed in, I think he would have been able to take it and then go for literally whatever the heck it wants, and that would have put me in a bad position, honestly. But yeah, thankfully he actually switches out, and I get the switch initiative once again, and I go into Tapu Koko, and I decide to stay in and go for the Thunderbolt as opposed to Taunt because I thought he was actually just going to take me out with a Gyro Ball so that I stop taunting, then he switch out and then bring back Bronzong relatively healthy and then just be able to do its shenanigans later anyways. I figured just take the damage right now while I can. So here he's actually going to go for Zen Headbutt, and he actually misses, and it actually matters because this Tapu Koko would have been gone and I would not have been able to Volt Switch right here because yeah, and take out his Bronzong for that matter. So the miss definitely matter, but as you can see right here, I'm actually gonna send in Staraptor right here because I mean I Volt Switch, so I have to show what I go for, and I go into Staraptor. He goes into Ampharos, and as you can see right here, because of the freaking miss from Zen Headbutt, I get to still have Tapu Koko to just, you know, sack basically. If he took out my Tapu Koko right there, I wouldn't have had a fodder, and this Ampharos would have probably done me in, honestly, because the Electric Terrain is also up, and I only have Metagross, Staraptor, and I forgot what my other mon was, but it wasn't going to take hits from the Mega Ampharos very well. But yeah, the electric terrain is now gone, which is good. And he does volt switch, and I go, actually, yeah, I think he volt switched, and no, I volt switched, I think, and then I actually went into, oh no, he volt switched and went into Donphan, and I went into Staraptor, and then I switched out into Metagross. Like, I doubled onto Metagross because I was thinking he'll probably go for the Ice Shard, but thankfully he actually, no, he went for the Rapid Spin, predicting me, so I was just like, damn it. And then here's where I decided to go for Zen Headbutt just to finish off the Donphan, but he actually unfortunately switches into the Manaphy. Now, seeing how he went for the Rain Dance right here, which was what I was afraid of, I was thinking, you know what, let's just go for the Ground DMZ right here. You're going to see right here that I actually have the Tectonic Rage on this Metagross. The reason for this was just because I saw that the Mega Ampharos was coming, and I know that Earthquake can't just simply take it out. So I was thinking, whereas him, if Electric Terrain is up, Thunderbolt can take out my Metagross. So I was just thinking, just pack Tectonic Rage to guarantee the KO on Ampharos. But right now, Ampharos is not looking like the threat, but this Manaphy, because this Manaphy has Rain Dance, it's bulky, and probably has Rest, and maybe even Calm Mind, I don't know. But here I decided to hard switch straight into Alakazam because I was thinking he has to go for Rest right here if he set up the Rain. Because what's the point of having Rain up if you don't even have any, like, you know, status induced moves or something? But he does, and that's Rest, and here he goes for Rest, gets his HP back, and wakes up because of Hydration. So here, what I'm going to do now is Mega Evolve, and this is actually going to give me the chance to trace his Hydration ability, which means if he goes for Scald, burns me, I actually can recover off the burn, nonetheless. So that's actually kind of good. But here what I do now is just go for the Energy Ball, and I just wanted to see what he goes for. I wanted to see if he has something for Alakazam, or maybe he has, like, something powerful. I don't think it's a Z move. Yeah, I don't think it's a Z move because obviously he already used it earlier on the Arcanine. So I was just thinking, yeah, there's no reason for me not to go for Energy Ball. However, right here, I actually end up switching up to a Psychic, and he actually switches into Amoonguss, probably predicting another Energy Ball or something. But I just go for Psychic, and the reason for this was because if I went for Energy Ball and this Amoonguss was specially defensive or Assault Vested or both, it would take the Energy Ball, then probably the Psychic, then put me to sleep with Spore. And since I don't have Tapu Koko anymore, that would have put me in a very, very bad position. So I had to go for Psychic right there, I felt. So here he brings in Mega Ampharos, and I stay in and just go for Psychic, even though this Alakazam could have late game cleaned because, you know, it's faster than everything on his team. But the reason I went for it was because I wasn't going to be able to get damage on that Mega Ampharos with anything else, honestly. So I just figured, get the damage that I need right now with Alakazam, lose it, and then have Staraptor be the one to late game sweep, basically. So here he's gonna switch out Manaphy. I went for the Double Edge because that was literally the only move I can go for at this point. He goes into the Mega Ampharos pretty much to sack it. What he wants to do right here now is basically try to you know, have me KO myself with Recoil, so that way he can just bring in Manaphy and just wall the heck out of my Metagross, which is my last Pokemon, by the way. So here I go for another. I was hoping he wouldn't go for the Ice Shard again, but because, like, I was thinking I could switch into the, you know, the Metagross, but unfortunately he does go for the Ice Shard, and I do take it, but now I was thinking I'll just go down to the Recoil. Fortunately for me, I actually live on 1 HP, which is actually crazy, because if I didn't survive on that, I would have probably just gone down, and I would have gotten walled by this Manaphy with the Metagross, because Metagross really didn't have much to do with this Manaphy. A lot of things had to have happen for me to possibly win with Metagross against the Manaphy. Like, I did have Rock Tomb on that Metagross, so I can slow down the Manaphy, and then I was having to rely, you know, basically Zen Headbutting, flinching, kind of, you know, basically. I had to spam Zen Headbutt to flinch it while, you know, being slow and whatnot. And then I still have to rely on not getting Scald Burned. And since he has Rain Dance, he pretty much can just wall the hell out of me. So it would have just come down to potentially flinching the Alakazam to death, which, I mean, the Manaphy to death with Metagross, for me to have won that. So, but yeah, that's the whole battle, and damn, that was actually a really, really intense battle. Like I said, this was one of the battles I decided to save because I just did not want this battle to go to waste, honestly. This was too good of a battle to have gone, and plus it was against somebody that I actually wanted to battle in the PGL, but got to battle right here instead. So I'm actually grateful that I at least got to battle this guy. So yeah, thank you for the battle, Marolt. GG once again. And for those who don't know who he is, I'll leave his handles in the description below so you guys can check him out. So with all that said, thank you all for watching this side of the battle. Hope to catch you guys in the next battle, but for now, just take it easy and have a good one.